to talk about what you've been through and how you've gotten on the other side.
Hollywood's most powerful couple. She's at the center of constant gossip and controversy.
This is how I'm being born.
Unfortunately, there aren't many public figures who can fill this role for you.
For different stages in my marriage where Will and I decided we were not together.
To discuss what you've experienced and how you've gotten on the opposite side, Hollywood's most remarkable couple, she's at the focal point of steady tattle and contention. This is the way I'm being conceived. This is sadly, there aren't numerous individuals of note who can fill this job for you for various stages in my marriage, where Will and I concluded we were not together soon after the arrival of her diary, commendable Jada Pinkett Smith, chose to mess everything up of her confidential life-sharing, astounding details that have left the world humming. Where is your regard for a man you actually recognize is your significant other superstars? Are at last standing in opposition to Jada's new activities. Her filthy stunts have gone excessively far, and the business is paying heed. She's having a relationship with her financial balance, 'cause each time she really wants to increment the evaluations of the red table. Each time she wants to sell books, she drops these stunners. Jada is being blamed for openly embarrassing her better half, Will Smith, just to sell her new book. Yet that is not all. We should dig further into the succulent subtleties of her sensations. Jada Pinkett Smith's new disclosures in her detailed account book have positively turned notices. She guarantees that she and Will have been isolated for quite some time, yet is that every bit of relevant information. So from the year 2016, which is a long time back now, yes, they all have been separated. Definitely Jada has used this division as a device to acquire compassion from the general population. Yet stand by, didn't she concede to having an unsanctioned romance in 2020 with vocalist August Alsina? I mean, 'cause this is your red table, and you carried yourself to the red table. I think you really want to say plainly what occurred, to the extent that what you and I, the bogus account that I assisted with making on the red table, no doubt, and afterward, I got into a trap with August. That is what I said, an entrapment, as Jat said. When we got to 2016, we were simply depleted with attempting. Jada makes it sound like they've had to deal with a lot of hardship. Yet what might be said about her own decisions in the past? Hodak Cop said I needed to rehash it. Since I said, is this genuine? Even Hodak Cop could barely handle it. And she wasn't the only one. Currently, we should move our concentration to Will Smith, who's been the image of a decent spouse all through all of this unrest. In spite of the challenges in their marriage, he remained by Jada and stayed focused on their family. Jada conceded that she made a guarantee to Will not to give him a justification for separation. Will Smith's devotion to his marriage is clear, and he's shown wonderful versatility. I love you, G.I. Jane, can hardly hold on to see it all. Music, right? That was a pleasant one. Oka, I'm over here. Ooho, laughter. Applause. Richard Gracious. Wow, the scandalous Oscars slap in 2022, including Will Jada Chris Rock, actually torment their relationship. Jada claims there's a misconception in regards to this occurrence, yet we should not fail to remember the setting. Chris Rock poked a fun at Jada's appearance, yet he wasn't welcome to have the Oscars in any case. Now as Jada lets the cat out of the bag, Chris back at the center of attention. And while he's disturbed about it, right when we thought the residue had settled, Jada Pinkett Smith dropped a stunner that has Chris Rock seeing red. She's been advancing her detailed storybook, and in a stunning turn, uncovered that Chris once asked her out on the town. Sources near Chris Rock express he's ready to move on and not look back, and wishes Jada would keep his name out of her damn mouth. Obviously, he's a confidential individual and was trusting all the dramatization would blow over, yet presently, it's back at the center of attention. And Chris can't get a break, as though that is insufficient. Chris was as of late seen in Paris, somewhere down in discussion on his telephone, maybe planning his best course of action in this Hollywood confrontation. Paris or not, this dramatization is global, And here's the kicker: Jada uncovered that she truly accepted the entire episode was essential for a play. Yes, you heard that right, she was convinced, hopefully not by mistake, that it was all essential for the prearranged show until Will began to stroll back to his seat. Yet the story doesn't end their days after the extraordinary slap entryway. The foundation of movie expressions and sciences gave over a stunning discipline. Will Smith was restricted from going to institute occasions, including the Oscars, for an incredible 10 years presently. We should discuss attempt at finger-pointing. Jada shared her contemplations about being faulted for the occurrence, and it's a captivating knowledge into human instinct, given the misleading story that had been circulating about her. She made sense of that individuals required somebody to blame. Jada said individuals not realizing what was occurring in the background. I unquestionably wasn't shocked that I got accused, yet I comprehended that that is only the human instinct, all things considered. A genuine confirmation from a lady's been under the persevering examination of the public eye that is not all, even legislators are tired of this sympathy, acquiring dramatization of Jada Pinkett. As the blazing political pundit Candace Owens, she didn't keep down calling Jada the most unlikable lady in Hollywood. She took it up a score, expressing absolutely no part of this is fearless. This is all essential loof. And we should not fail to remember her punch at the Smiths proclaiming about connections, while carrying on with discreet lies question of the day is Jada Pinkett Smith, conceivably the most unlikable lady in Hollywood. I think she is. And she's as of late emerged to uncover that she and Will Smith have furtively been isolated for a considerable length of time. 8 parts that I need to say regarding that. Owens likewise doesn't keep down on referencing Pinkett Smith's extramarital relationship with performer August Alsina, which the entertainer admitted to during an exceptional episode of Red Casual Conversation, as she plunked down with Smith back in 2020. Then again, satire sovereign Kathy Griffin had a less complex response. Stand by what that's right. That is essentially the way in which we as a whole felt when we heard the news. And you will have a hard time believing this one. Even spending plan, Carrier Ryan got the party together with a clever post about seat exchanging their subtitle pay to keep your marriage alive. Well, that is a few showcasing inventiveness. And next up, we should discuss the view the women on the show couldn't avoid jumping into this superstar carnival. Anna Navarro conceded she find out about the Smiths' marriage than her own, while Satisfaction Bahar asked for what reason we are in general so charmed by them. Radiant Hostin even recommended that the notorious Oscar slap could have been Will's approach to shielding Jada's honor. Navarro doesn't stop there. She proceeds to blame Jada Pinkett Smith for having a relationship with her financial balance, proposing that she's utilizing these sensations to build the evaluations of her show Red Casual Conversation, and obviously to sell books. Anna Navarre guaranteed, listen, I believe she's having a relationship with her ledger on the grounds that each time she wants to expand the evaluations of the red table, each time she wants to sell books, she drops these stunners. I find it uncalled for. Watch out for anyone who claims to have an ideal marriage. Navarro's has have blended responses. Delight Bahar lauds Jada Pinkett Smith for being savvy in utilizing this news to support her book deals, while Bright Hostin finds the disclosure fearless, and bold Elisa Farah Griffin states, so that likewise may be an unexpected development here, yet it doesn't merit the slap. Sarah Haynes' voice is worries about what this extremely open show is meaning for Jaden and Willow 2 or 3's youngsters, underlining that they're residing through this and watching their folks each move. Sarah Haynes said, typically I express out loud whatever seems best for couples, yet I couldn't say whether this is working. When you hear every one of them talk, it seems as though there's such a lot of aggravation and injury the children are residing through this. I don't imagine that marriage is great, yet you are the guide to your kids about what cherishing connections resemble. As per her companions, Jada may be looking for greener pastures. And maybe another renowned accomplice, a few insiders even case. Without Will, Jada would be no one worth mentioning in Hollywood. Except for Stan by there's additional well, the vast majority are kicking back on Jada for utilizing Will Smith and their division to get more deals for her new diary. The Twitter section is explicitly ablaze with fans sharing their considerations on Jada Pinkett Smith's new disclosures. One tweet pronounces, "I think she utilized him to turn into a star. And when it didn't occur, she's severe and attempting to destroy and humiliate him. It doesn't stop there. One more client in saying without him, she would not be anything. And she knows it, which is the reason she has moved this along so lengthy when it's unmistakable she scorns him." After Jada's stunning detachment uncover and feature-snatching journal, it appears as though there's much more coming up for the Smiths. In a meeting with additional unique reporter, Carlos Greer, Jada Pinkett Smith dropped a stunner. She and Will Smith are in converses with compose a book together. And the title, prepare yourselves, people. It's called Don't Attempt This at Home. Jada Pinkett Smith said, "I know Will and I are looking at composing a book together called Don't Attempt This at Home." You could recall that the Smiths, who've been hitched starting around 1997, as of late stood out as truly newsworthy when Jada uncovered